This is the Oneness Podcast, episode 31. I am Jessica Delmar. I assist in strengthening your knowledge of who you truly are as a powerful creator being during these powerfully shifting times. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. In this episode, we are going to be talking about this powerful third eye activation going on right now to help illuminate light when it comes to your unconscious. So there's a lot of energy stirring in the unconscious field within. We like to call it the dark void. And all this energy is rising. So to be conscious and aware of what's happening within you allows for that energy to be released and transmuted by you. The third eye is playing a powerful role in the transmutation of that unconscious energy because it allows you to understand the web of oneness upon which you stand and fully grasp the interconnections that are occurring within your past, present, and future. And so a lot of that unconscious energy is ancestral energy, it's family energy, it's past energy, a lot of inner child energy, so childhood trauma energy. A lot of that is rising right now because your inner child is desiring to be made known by you in your conscious awareness. A lot of the work that we have been doing is about making the subconscious conscious. And now we are moving into, rather diving into an even deeper space to reach that unconscious space and bring that to the surface to be made conscious. This is the very, very depths, the darkest of the dark places within that reaches that very cellular core level of your being. And so there's a lot of transformative energies ready for the taking right now. And we want to talk about this third eye activation. And at the end of this episode, we're going to talk about 3 things that you can do to further open the third eye, to receive the reflection of inner light, and to release the energy of the unconscious. So the third eye at this time is experiencing 3 very powerful things. Number 1, the third eye is revealing unconscious fears and trauma. Unconscious fears and trauma are being made known to the conscious mind in order to bridge the gap between conscious and unconscious, as well as unconscious and subconscious. The second full moon of October, which was on October 31st, was all about shedding light upon the unconscious, especially deeply submerged inner child trauma. So I spoke about this with my soul group. This very much aligns with the inner child. The inner child is gaining strength at this time, and November is really about opening up that deeper connection to the inner child. So a lot of you may be experiencing things that you may not necessarily realize is connected to your inner child trying to make itself known and conscious in your awareness. So keep that in mind. We'll speak more about the inner child as we move through this month, and even more over on our soul group live calls. Number 2, the second thing that the third eye is experiencing at this time is that the third eye is now accessing more light. So keep this in mind. Light in the third eye is opened through inner reflected light, meaning that as you uncover repressed or unconscious memory, more light is reflected through the third eye. Repressed or unconscious memory lives in the cells, and as the cells open to make way for new light waves from the sun, the old memories, programs, and patterns that are housed in the cellular energy are released. So in the last episode, episode 30, we spoke about how we're receiving this nourishment from the sun. And what this sun energy does is it's absorbed by us and transmuted out through us. The same thing is happening on a planetary level with Gaia. She is absorbing sun energy and transmuting it in her core, and it's then extended and expressed outward from her to shift energy outward. It ripples energy outward. So this is also connected with this third eye activation because as we're receiving that light from the sun, it's integrating within our core, which is very deep cellular energy and memory. So it's shifting the structure of our cells and DNA. And so it literally opens up our cells to release old memories, programs, and patterns and take on new light. The third thing that the third eye is experiencing at this time is that it's awakening to truth. We spoke about the awakening of truth in our last episode as well. So shedding light on the inner unconscious definitely gives way to truth. However, the thing about truth is that it is shown to you in your experience, but you must be able to feel truth within your deep knowing. So for a lot of people, that inner truth, that deep, deep inner truth, is held in that unconscious or subconscious space within. So you might not necessarily know what that inner truth is in your conscious mind. However, what your outer reality does is it reflects that unconscious or subconscious energy that you're holding deep within. And so your outer reality is going to reflect to you your inner truth. But because your outer reality is a duality-based experience, it will show you your inner truth in a range of ways on that duality stick or the polarity scale. So it could show it to you in a lower vibrational way or in a higher vibrational way or any way in between. It's up to you to uncover what the message is based upon how it's being shown to you. So again, even though truth is shown to you in your reality experience, you have to not only distinguish what truth is to you, but you have to be able to feel truth within your deep knowing. That truth has to sort of reflect back inward to reach that very deep cellular energy and memory. There are many layers that the essence of truth must penetrate within you to get to those deep microcellular and DNA levels upon which truth must reflect for there to be shifts in the way that truth then manifests for you in your outside reality. Truth can be felt on the surface level in your awareness and consciousness, but to have it penetrate to the deepest layers within you, you must be able to feel and know the truth with every fiber of your being. When this is accomplished, the third eye catches the reflection of the truth shining from the depths within, and you will know real, full truth in your conscious mind because truth will shed light in your unconscious. So those are the three things that are activating right now with the third eye. Again, the third eye is revealing unconscious fears and trauma, especially submerged inner child trauma. It's making its way out to reflect to you in your outer reality what your inner child is trying to get your attention to notice within you. Number 2, the third eye is accessing more light. And number 3, the third eye is awakening to truth. So now we kind of want to talk a little bit more about the unconscious, the subconscious, and the conscious. So each and every fiber of your body responds to your unconscious because the unconscious is the foundation upon which your biology is created. The unconscious is the force upon which you create. The unconscious is a deep, open space within that acts kind of like a dark void. And in the dark void is where the universe was birthed. The dark void is the energy behind why and how you function. The subconscious is suppressed energy and memory stored in the 3 minds, the heart, the gut, and the brain. It's not known to the conscious mind, but can be accessed through deep regression, hypnosis, meditation, or mindfulness. The subconscious awakens due to a person's desire to expand. The subconscious is held in the places that you can more easily connect to when on an inward spiritual journey, such as the heart, mind, and gut. So when you dive deeper within, you can connect more easily to your subconscious because you often dive into those places within, such as your heart, your mind, and your gut, which is kind of like the first journey of diving inward, understanding how your three minds work together and work with you, what information and knowledge they're holding that needs to be made conscious by you. So keep in mind that that is the subconscious, suppressed energy and memory that is stored in the three minds. Now back to the unconscious. So the unconscious takes it a step further. It furthers suppressed energy into repressed energy and memory. It is stored in the cells and DNA of a person. When a person represses something into the unconscious, or the dark void, the energy and the memories of the unconscious begin to form into the building blocks of your physical makeup. The repressed unconscious energy, which act like imprints in the dark void of the unconscious, literally shifts your cellular makeup and DNA structure, which is then passed down to generations to come. Therefore, unconscious energy and memories have mutated much of your biology. However, there is a release happening with the awakening. The unconscious is releasing its grasp to the cellular and DNA structures of the physical form through the revival of truth and light. Most of the inner healing has been working with the subconscious field, but now we enter into the dark void of the unconscious, releasing its grip on the mutated form and reconnecting to the pure human form. When the unconscious prepares to leave the cells and DNA, intense activations happen within a person. This can include sickness, haziness, confusion, lack of clarity, very low energy, desire to rest. And so these are often felt when that unconscious energy is rising in a person. And as this energy rises and reaches the third eye, or is reflected into the third eye, it culminates into intense head pressure, migraines, head colds, sinus issues, vision problems, unclear sight, and vertigo, just to name a few. When low energy hits, it's important to flow with your body's desire to rest. When you rest and you honor that desire to rest, you open stillness within and a safe channel for the energy to expel. When you ignore it and you push through it, it causes stress on the body. This stress is added stress on the body, which turns into the fight or flight energy, which is survival mode, and it creates a further imbalance and a not safe space for the energy to release. It further suppresses or represses the energy that is desiring to be released, but is suppressed or repressed due to your inability to allow it to flow through you. Your body is constantly and naturally desiring to open and release this unconscious energy in the dark void, harbored in the cells and DNA. But if you respond by pushing through, instead of honoring the rest that your body needs, then the body works overtime, and the stress of opening and closing, opening and closing, opening and closing this unconscious energy causes the body to backflow. When there is major backflow of energy in the body, or backup or buildup of energy in the body, the heart will be the first to begin to shut down. This is because the heart is the center of energy release, and taking care of the heart cares for the whole body. We spoke in the last episode about strong heart activations and how greater universal energy and greater Gaia energy is trying to open up hearts upon the planet. Hearts must open in order to shift and move into this new phase of ascension, especially as a collective. And so there is going to be a lot of heart activations going on. As the heart opens, the third eye catches all the light. So remember, the third eye catches all the light that is opening in the body, and it reflects it further inward and outward for you to see and sense with more clarity. The third eye is a powerful passageway right now. It allows you to distinguish between truth and illusion. When energy rises to the third eye, you can sense more clearly the reasons why you are here. There are 3 things that you can do to further open the third eye, to receive the reflection of inner light, and to release the energy of the unconscious. Number 1, you want to find the inner seat of the body. This means that when you close your eyes, you become aware of how you're holding your body up. So if you just want to close your eyes at this moment and feel through what I'm talking about, you become aware of how you are holding your body up. So when you become aware of how you're holding your body up, you can release the grasp of those muscles, and you can sink into what we like to call the common seat of the soul. The common seat of the soul is the resting energy of the body. It feels like gravity that takes hold of your body. It's not about hardening the breath and the muscles of the body or becoming stiff, but it's about finding softness and complete surrender. Physically, your body may experience a sinking motion, like gravity is hitting you all at once. So you want to sink into that feeling of gravity in the body, and you may find yourself slouching or kind of compressing down. But when you find that sort of sinking feeling in the body, that is your soul finding its seat in your physical form. This is complete surrender. It is complete letting go of your attempt to control how your body is holding up. So if you're using any of your muscles, or if you're straightening your back, trying to hold your body up, that is you in the physical trying to maintain a hold on your physical form. So if you just release everything, release all the grasp of your muscles, all the desire to hold your body up, you allow your body to fully sink into its space of gravitational pull. And that allows an open space for your soul to find placement in your body. This connects to the third eye, because as you feel the gravity sink into your body, it's not actually gravity. It's just the best word that we can use to sort of describe this gravitational pull down. But rather, that sinking feeling, that surrendering feeling in the physical form is soul energy that you can pull into the physical form through your open crown. When this occurs, and when you find that common seat of the soul, then the inner communication between the soul and the conscious mind is strengthened and is made available through the looking glass of the third eye. So that's the first thing that you can do to further open the third eye, to receive the reflection of inner light, and to release the energy of the unconscious, is to find the inner seat of the body, or the common seat of the soul within. The second thing that you can do is to rest. Rest instantly when you feel called. If you're able to take naps during the day, especially during the times when you feel most tired, take advantage of that. If you're not able to physically sleep, take rest in your energy by not exerting energy beyond what you can. Work with others, work with your partner, your family, your friends, to assist you in taking care of things that you feel exert your energy. Don't be afraid to ask for help and to lean on other people. Surrender to the assistance made available to you during these times. Your soul knows that the physical form desires and needs rest in order to integrate and release deep energy. So your soul will create and offer a manifested reality that aligns to the deep desire, which includes, if you have a deep desire to rest, it will manifest an outside or an outer reality and experience that aligns to your deep desire to rest. If you have client appointments, for example, or any appointments, those may be canceled due to the universe having your back. Or if you have responsibilities or things that you have to do and take care of, then the universe may manifest, your partner or a friend or a family member stepping in to help you to take care of those responsibilities and things that you have to do to help alleviate some of that pressure and burden in order to give your physical form and your emotional and mental and spiritual energy space to rest. When people do not follow this call of the soul to rest, what usually happens? They get sick. The soul at first asks nicely for you to follow its call for rest. But when that initial calling is overlooked and pushed through by you, then the soul pushes you into rest. As you honor your soul and your body's desire to rest, your physical form begins to tune back to its natural rhythm, but not before releasing energy and healing any deep wounds. So that was number 2. Make sure that you are resting when you feel called. The third thing that you can do to help further open the third eye and receive reflection of inner light is a quick practice, a meditation practice that you can do when you feel called. So when meditating, or you can also do this right before you go to bed, so as you close your eyes to go to bed, I want you to visualize a light in the third eye. So you want to bring your awareness up to the third eye area, in between the brows, at the forehead, and just bring your awareness up to that space. And as you do, I want you to visualize a light forming in that space. So imagine a light bulb being turned on as you focus on that space. Imagine viewing the sun opening or shining in that inner space as if you were outside looking up at the sun. You may have to imagine all of this at first, the light through the dark. But as you continue to practice this, you may find that you may actually begin to experience a very bright light opening through your inner third eye space when you close your eyes. When light begins to pour through, bright as if someone is shining a flashlight in your third eye space, you know that your third eye is catching the inner light within and magnifying it into your conscious mind and outer reality. And that is what came through at this time for this third eye activation. And just know that this transmission holds powerful activation for you and your third eye and your deep cellular memory and DNA memory to release that unconscious energy and bring it to the surface. So utilize the practice tips that we went through in this episode throughout this month to help release that energy of the unconscious, make the unconscious known to you in your conscious awareness, open up your third eye, and catch more of that reflective light both within and without. If you have any questions about this episode, or if anything was sparked in your awareness regarding the information that came through in this episode, feel free to leave a comment or a question. I would love to hear your voice recordings of your questions or your comments. So I'm going to put a link in the description of this episode where you can leave a voice message with your question or anything that's on your mind. And I love hearing from you guys. Thank you, everyone who sent your voice recordings from the last episode. Thank you so much for being here, for listening in, and for all of your support. This podcast can now be found on all podcast platforms, so listen and subscribe on Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, and YouTube. Thank you again for being here. I'll see you in the next episode, and remember that all is truly well. Oneness, love, and peace be with you.